Hello, it's Sally here from Rickety Snippets, and today I am going to show you our Ice Fairy ephemera box. So we have 3 pages of ephemera to stick onto the box, including these lovely Ice Fairy stained glass images. And then there are the elements of the box itself. So each of these elements has a short description alongside it, just to tell you whereabouts it goes on the box. And for 2 of these pages, there'll be an instruction to print 2 copies. So you have one for each side. So the first thing to do is to cut these out. Just a note about where to cut. I hope you can see on camera, but you want to be cutting all the way along this outside edge, and in places it goes over the pattern. And that's just so that you don't get those horrible white edges on your boxes when they're finished. So yeah, we're cutting along this outside edge. So I'll cut out all those pieces and then I'll be back and we'll start making. Okay, so I've cut out all of the pieces now. And so that's all the bits that will make up the box and also all the ephemera. So I've done some little footy cuts for the butterflies and cut out the other bits and bobs. And I have inked all of the ephemera, but I haven't inked the box itself because I think that's better done once it's actually made up. And the final thing that we need to do to the box before we start putting it together is to make some score lines on these inside lines. So I've done that one on the edge already, but I'll show you how I score these lines. So I use a cutting mat, which will not lie flat, that's handy, but and a ruler. If you don't have a cutting mat, it's absolutely fine, but you really need something to protect your table. So I would use something like maybe a cutting board or just a magazine or something. Just put something between what you're doing and the table so you don't get any nasty marks on your table. And then to make the line itself, I use an old biro, which hasn't got any ink in it anymore. So I'll just run that down that line, which gives you a nice crisp edge. And then you can make your folds, so a really nice fold there. And I fold them both ways on this project because it makes it a lot easier once we come to assembling the box. And if you don't have a biro that's run out, it can take some time to get rid of all the ink. You could use something like a very fine knitting needle, or maybe the edge of a kind of bluntish butter knife. You don't want anything too sharp because you don't want it to go all the way through the paper. You just want it to make that nice crisp line in it. Okay, so I'm just going to check that I have scored all of the paper and then we can start putting the box together. Okay, so I've scored all the pieces and folded them all both ways, and then I'll give them a quick swipe over with the bone folder just to give that nice crisp edge. And what you should now have are 2 small side pieces, 2 long side pieces, and the base, and then the same for the top. So a top piece, 2 short sides, and 2 long sides. So you can start putting the box together. So to begin, I'm going to start with the bottom. So those are all the blue pieces. And I'm going to work on the underside of this base piece. So flip that over. And then take one of your long sides. And you're going to put glue on this flap. So you want to be gluing the side that has this overlap here, this so a bit of the pattern showing. Squeeze, it's a bit gunked up. There we are. So this is Fabri-Tac glue. Which I like because it hasn't got any, it's got no water content, so it doesn't make your box soggy and then send it all out of shape. It's a really good one for keeping the box in a good shape. Okay, that's the first side, the long side. And then the same again with the other long side, blue. And then the same thing again with your short sides. So then you want to build up your sides, and to do that, I'm going to put a bit of glue on these side flaps here. So start with this one, just a bit on there, and also a bit on this one on the other side. And then you bring your side up, your long side up to meet that flap. Just push that in. You have to hold it for a little bit just to let it dry a little bit. And then same with this one, bring it up so that the edges meet. That's it. You can tip it up and give it a press down on the table to secure it a little bit. And then again with the other side, so some glue on these tabs. Being a bit cat-handed here, so I'm trying to do it so that you can see what I'm doing. And then bring the long sides up again in the same way. Make some really crisp corners. So, for smooth again inside. There. And then all that's left to do then is to tuck these bits in, so you have that, so these kind of line the inside of the box. And so what I like to do then is put another really good bit of glue on those tabs just to make sure that they stay in the box once it's constructed and don't pull out. A bit of glue on each of those, and then just some glue on this outside edge, or the inside, you can do either really. Stick those down. That's it, and then give it a really good smush. You can use your bone folder as well, again, if you want to make sure it's really flat. That's it, all pushed in. And then the same again on the other long edge. Do these long edges first, because then it's good to really secure these tabs in first before you do the outside edges. So lots of glue again on those tabs, and a bit of glue on this flap that's outside the box. Oh, the glue's being tricky today. I don't know if it's because it's a bit cold today. Okay, and then so you push that back in. Again, give it a really good smooth over on the table. Push over the bone folder. And that's 2 edges done. And then you do your final edge, just a bit on this outside flap again. Don't need loads of glue on this because it should just stay fairly secure. So there we are. A good squish down this own way again. And for that last edge. Bone fibre again. And there we have the bottom of our box. Lovely. Okay. And the same, the process is exactly the same for the top half. Top is just slightly bigger. So again, turn the top of your box upside down. You're working on that side again. A bit of glue on the side of the pattern on the flap. Line it up. And the same again with the other pieces. Okay, so there you have your top and your bottom. If you wanted to put to line it, you could print out another copy of that, the top and also the base, and then just trim them slightly and put them inside, so they're fully aligned. For this case, I'm just going to leave that white for the time being. So there you have your top. Should fit nicely over your bottom of your box. There we go. Okay. So we can now decorate the top of our box. Exciting bit. So we have all these little bits of ephemera. And I think I'll start by putting some of these stained glass windows on the side of the box. Just one side for a minute. That's it. So we've got 4, one for each side. These little ones on first. Just sticking these on, just make sure you've got some right into the corners, some glue right into the corners. So over time they'll probably catch on things if they're not stuck down really well. And that up. Yeah. Get a good switch down and go again, put it on the table. Good. Right, yeah, that's one. And then go on the other side. Okay, so there we are, our stained glass around the edges. And then we've got some ephemera for the top. So I've got this pretty blue bit of writing paper. How grungy that is. Let's again turn that lid over. Don't press too hard on that from the other side. Yeah. And then we've got a lovely stained glass pocket that can go on the top there. I'm going to put that in. I think I'll put it in the middle. So glue just at the very edges so that you can tuck something into that pocket. Clean a bit of that glue off because it's a little bit much. Okay, and then so I think I'll centre that. There. Oh, it's so pretty, that pocket. There we are. And then so this is a tag. So the kit in the kit you get a back on your for the tag as well. So I've made that up. And put a little hole in it. You could put a rivet or something in there if you wanted one. And I think I've got these butterflies, little fussy cut butterflies. So I think I'll put one of those on the back. There. Looking out. There. They're so lovely, these butterflies. Yeah, I think that's all nice and dry, so I can put that in our pocket. There you go. And you could, of course, put a ribbon or something in that, or a little bit of string so you can pull it out. And then, so the final bits in the kit, we have some of these butterflies and a little label to go on it. So you could use the book to put your Ice Fairy journal in, or perhaps you don't want that. You might want to just keep bits of ephemera in there and not want that label. I think I'll put the butterfly there. There's one there. Yeah, one on the bottom. That'll look nice. You can bring that down a little bit. Yeah, lovely. Okay, more glue. like that overlapping the box itself. Particularly, I'm getting such a mess with this glue today. I'm flying a different direction. And then this little tiny one. They're quite tricky to cut, these ones, because they're really small, but I think they're worth it cutting. Fussy cut them. And ink obviously covers up any inked edges, or cover up any mistakes or little bits of white that's showing through. And I'll label on too. And there we are. Kind of lovely. So there's our base. Oh, no, that's an old box. Hold on, there's our base. There we are. So, yeah, you could keep your ephemera in there, or what would make a lovely gift if you had your, had a nice fairy journal or other kind of journal. Give that as a gift box. Quite nice. Oh, and the final thing to do is to ink the edges. So I think this is best done at this stage. Just to run along your edges, all your edges. And there we are, finished fairy box. On the glue, there we are.